the people who went there, they weren't really embedded as much as they were integrated. They were wearing, the uniform is virtually indistinguishable from what a Canadian soldier would wear, although the battle dress looked very much the same, although that was kind of made sense because you'd be operating in a sea of khaki uniforms. But they went there because the story was there. Their job was to report on the progress of the war. There was a public at home that wanted to know how the war was going. They had certain regulations that they had to fit in, and to a certain degree there's a bit of self-censorship that goes on in order to fit in with those. But in the Second World War, you had a very forward-looking military public relations group that was escorting these people around, facilitating them to go and report the stories that they had. And there were relatively few incidences or real blow-ups between the two. That said, it was extremely dangerous. I mean, anywhere you were in Sicily, Italy, France, if you were nearby. There's a story of Marcel Ouimet, the Radio Canada reporter, near the end of the war. He's lighting a cigarette for a soldier. They're just talking, and he lights a cigarette for the soldier. A German sniper kills the soldier right in front of him, just right in front of him. So he runs away. Safety being kind of secondary because you have to go where the story is. And during the Second World War, being integrated, that was the price you paid for gathering the story, for being there when the Canadians marched back into Dieppe, or being there when the Canadians are fighting fiercely in Ortona. And Matthew Halton being able to get on the record the fierce artillery exchanges and the battle that's going on really brings the war home. It's part of the job. And that was the structure that was in place at that time for that conflict. The other questions tended to go a little bit out the window. But I think that you would have a very hard time going it alone in the Second World War, because you'd either be arrested as a spy or captured by the other side or what have you. So that constant of risk is very much present from conflict to conflict.